Have you ever looked at your life and was like, man, it's all right, you know? Things are really looking up. Because lately that's how I've been looking at my life. Like, wow, when I pictured Renee in her 30s, it was with a partner, it was married, it was raising my family, my kids, and I'm here. So, how did I get here? Is the question that I've been asking myself a lot. And I want to chat with you guys about just the things that have made a difference in me getting to this place where I felt I would always end up. If that makes sense. So, if you're just interested in a little girl chat with me and perspective talk, then just stay tuned. So at the end of 2017, I got married. We recently moved. Like, life has been happening super quick, and it's just going. So I love January because January is the time that I'm always like looking back and seeing what I did good and what I could work on, and just really taking into account who I am and where I want to be and putting that into perspective so I can continue to grow and kind of get rid of the stuff that, I don't need to hold on to. So in doing that, which is something I do every single year, no matter what's been going on, I had to tell myself that it's okay to be okay with where you are. And I know that's such a weird phrase, but that is something that I have embedded in myself no matter what phase I'm in. Because honestly, the best thing I've ever done was fail. Crazy as that sounds, it's true. Failing taught me what I didn't want. It taught me what I wanted. It made me frustrated enough with just the back and forth roller coaster that I knew that there were some things that I would never deal with again. And I'm not just talking about relationship wise, I'm talking about in my career, with my children, in my schoolwork, in my education, and everything. Failing is what taught me what I needed to learn to get where I am today. And I am nowhere near where I want to be. I know people look at social media and don't realize how selective it is. When you look at someone's social media, it's exactly what they want you to see. You literally pick from the 25 to 30 pictures, the one that you deem is perfect, and that's what you post. The smiles, the happiness, the joy, the gifts, the good things. But what about the sadness? What about the sorrow? What about the growth? What about those things? Those things are more times than not left out. I actually gravitate to pages of people who share their stories, who share their sorrow, who share the pain. And that's what I've tried to do in my channel. Had no idea that this is what my channel would become, but because I've chosen to share the heartache and the hard times and the times when I didn't live up to standard or up to par, that has established a community of people who really feel connected to me in a way that when I do have triumphs and when I do have, good times and good things, that they're actually cheering me on, because I'm not just showing them the bad things. I'm not just showing them the good things. I'm showing them everything, or as much of it as everything as I can. Let's put it like that. But my failures have been the things that have taught me so much. Like, if I never failed, if I was one of those people who graduated high school, I did graduate, guys, but graduated high school, went straight to college, found someone in college, got married, graduated from college, and had babies, and just lived that cookie cutter life where nothing seemed to rock the boat or shape me, then I would just be kind of going through the motions, and I would just be regular and mundane and standard. And there's nothing to say about those people. Everyone has their ups and downs and trials. I am just talking about in general. If there is a person who nothing has gone through them. Their parents were together, you know, they have money, they don't want for anything, they never had to get a crazy, you know, sidebar job that they hate. That's what I'm talking about. You know, I'm glad that I'm not one of those people. I'm glad that I have a story to tell. And I'm glad that I chose to tell my story, because in doing so, it has allowed me to grow even more. Guys, you don't know how many times I actually look at my own videos and encourage myself. You know, there's a song out there that says, you know, sometimes you have to encourage yourself. But this actually gives me a different way, because no matter what I'm going through, if I'm just really down, I will really go back and listen to my own self speak. And I will encourage myself, and it's crazy, because if I can do that for myself, then I know that there's a way that I can do that for you guys. So failures are not a bad thing, guys. Failures are what is shaping you to be who you are. And you have to be present. The moment I chose to be present in my journey was the moment that things really changed for me. I was just going with emotions, you know. I knew that I wanted more. I knew that I wanted better. I knew that my kids deserved better, but I just was not seeming to get there. I've started over about 4 times in life, and it took those times for me to say, you know, I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done starting over. You know, I'm done allowing people in my life that are not going to add to, but are going to continue to take away. I'm done. And the moment that I chose to be present in my life was the moment that things changed. And my career took off. My schoolwork, I started getting serious about that. And it wasn't just going through the motions to graduate. It was, this is my goal. This is my life. You know, I need to hold myself to the same standard that I hold my children when it comes to their schoolwork. You know, I started growing and changing. And the only thing that I did was allow myself to be open to the thought of meeting someone, though I did not want to meet anyone, because I felt every time I met someone, they would come in my life and just completely destroy it and then walk away. So I still wanted to remain open and not be so hurt and upset at life that I hardened to a point where I didn't allow people in. So I'm thankful that I didn't do that, because that's how I found love. That's how I was able to get where I am today. But honestly, everything else, all those other failures, they have really made me frustrated and so angry to the point that I knew I had to make drastic decisions and drastic moves and really get serious about life. You know, now I know how much it is to say you only have one life to live, and life is so short. And I know people now who are young, who have lost their life, who will never even have the opportunity to be my age, and I'm still pretty young. So I know that it's my responsibility to fight and to work hard in this life and make this life honestly and truly the best life that I could possibly live. So I don't know, I have to attest that being present in your life, even through the struggle, you know, actually being aware of what's going on, and stop just going through the motions. Be aware and learn your lessons and take the good from the situation and bring it with you, and then all the bad, just kind of leave it where it is. And that is like a super lesson that I learned actually in was I in basic training? Yeah, our commander was like, you know, you have 2 pockets. Put the good stuff in the good pocket and take it with you, and the bad stuff put in the bad pocket. And not necessarily leave it there, but that's how you don't want to be. And I took that with me along my journey, but I hadn't even noticed that that's what I had already been doing in my life. A lot of my skills that I have now are from banking, which is crazy. The customer service, the how to deal with people, the how to manage. The military didn't teach me these things. Banking taught me those things. Wachovia taught me those things, which is funny. But those experiences I took along the way. So you have to take every experience with you along the way. And you have to be okay with where you are. I did not realize until now that I was okay with where I was when I was in each stage. When I was a single mom with 2 kids, living in a 1-bedroom apartment, working night shift at a daycare. I don't even like kids. Okay, let's get that real. I do not like kids, like little kids, like daycare type situations. Nah. But that was my job, making minimum wage. I think I made about $8 an hour, maybe $8.50. So that Renee in her 20s had to be okay and present with that situation and shed and grow and get to the point where she was like, you know what, I'm not doing this shit no more. And then you develop into this Renee where I'm going to fight, where I'm going to do what it takes to change the outlook for myself and for my children. I did that. You know, whether it be going to college, whether it be joining the military, whether it be picking up a trade school, whether it be starting a business, whatever it will be, that's what you need to do to get out. That's what you need to do to get where you want to be. I know that so I did not realize that the military videos that I put out would be so huge, and I'm so glad that so many people are touched by those videos, but I don't want it to ever seem that I'm telling people that this is your end all be all, because it's not. It's not. You have to do what's best for you in your situation. The military is just not that for everyone, but whether it be going to school, starting a business, starting a trade, it could be anything. Like, it's endless. It's endless out here what you can do. And it takes hard work. It takes 2 and 3 jobs sometimes. It takes working overnight. It takes taking the job that you didn't want. You know, it takes building that support system and allowing your family to help you if you have children, or even if you don't. If you just need to, crash at your mom's house for a couple months while you finish your degree. You got to do what you got to do, but you got to be present. You got to take control of your own future, because if you continue to go with emotions, then the years will continue to go by, because time stops for no one, and you're going to be in the same situation years and years and years later. You have to grow. You have to decide that this is your life and you're going to live it, and in living it, you're going to do what you feel is best for you. You got to get rid of all that dead weight and that dead baggage, those people who are just going around in circles and circles, who don't want nothing for their life, who just want everything to be handed to them, who are holding you down, literally weighing you down, not holding you down as in a good thing, but weighing you down. You got to get rid of that stuff. You got to walk away from some situations and some people. You know how many people don't I was all in that one. But you know how many people who don't like me because I don't talk to them, I don't deal with them, I've completely walked away from them. The number's growing. But that's because I don't have time for dead weight. Dead weight is not going to feed my children. Dead weight is not going to, jumpstart my career or my business or finish me through college. It's not going to do any of that. Like, I don't have time for that. My circle is full of people who are so focused on bettering themselves and their family situation. And that's all it is. And that's all it needs to be, honestly. I don't go out and party like I used to. I don't waste my time doing any of that or trying to be in the in crowd, because at the end of the day, in 10 years, I have goals. I want to be a homeowner, a business owner, things of that nature. I could care less about having photos on, big Instagram pages or whatever. I don't care about any of that. But 2018 needs to be a time when people start to get focused. We start to focus on your own life and your own path and your own career. Something that works for a lot of people, not necessarily me, but I've seen a lot of people, is just writing down your visions and your goals, or keeping a journal and a diary. Now, I do that. I don't actually write down my goals. I know what they are, and they've been the same pretty much my entire life. I'm just starting to get serious about them. But as far as keeping a diary and writing down my thoughts and, how my days are going and my, what I'm going through and where I am, I do like that, because it allows me to see my growth. When you go back at the next year or the next month or whatever and read it, you're like, wow, that's what headspace I was in. And I'm nowhere near there. I'm so much better than that. I'm so much wiser. I've grown up, and you get to actually see your transition. And for me, that actually gets to be my YouTube channel. I get to see myself grow before my own eyes, and the world's eyes, pretty much, because of YouTube and my desire to share. So this video, I feel like I'm rambling, but I know that my audience is at a pinnacle point of their life where they're in a transition and they're honestly at a fork in the road where they don't know which way to go. And the next decision will probably be a very important decision in their life. And I just, want my audience as well as myself to just be present in their life and to make those decisions and to choose their path and stick with it. Had I been like, oh, I'm going to join the military, and then I'm like, never mind, I'm good, whatever. The first time, I went to MEPS like 4 times, guys. Like, it was the longest, most drawn out freaking situation ever. I went one time and it was like, we can't do nothing for you. They didn't put your packet in or whatever, and literally had to sit there for like 8 hours before my sponsor came and picked me back up. But I went again, and I went again, and I went again. I went every time I needed to go because that's something I chose to do. When obstacles come, when stumbling blocks come, it doesn't matter. If it's something that you want to do it. And I'm not just talking about the military, guys. And nothing that I say, I'm just talking about that. That was my path. And honestly, I'm getting out in a couple years. But I'm just talking in general. Whatever you decide to do. I know people who want to, start their own business, be hairdressers or be a teacher or just whatever. Whatever it is that you decide to do it. Make up your mind to do it and do it by any means necessary. I'm going to be a nurse. I'm doing it. I'm in school. I literally have no life, okay? I come home, I cook this, I study, I do papers, I do all of my work because this is something that I want to do. And I know that the sacrifice right now is worth it because later on, I'm not going to have to worry about it. I'm going to be where I want to be, and then I'll create new goals. And that's another thing. Once you get to the plateau of something that you wanted to do, then you create new goals along the way, and you continue to develop and add to. You always want to be growing. You always want to be moving. You always want to be getting better. You always want to be looking at yourself and seeing how you can grow and be better as a person, create a better life for yourself, for your family, for everyone around you. And honestly, the type of person that you are, that aura that you bring, it will become contagious and be around, add to the people around you. If you start becoming a go-getter and doing what you feel is necessary to get to your goals, I promise you, your little brothers and sisters will start doing that. Your friends will start doing that. You will start feeding that energy into the people around you. And, not everyone. There's going to be some people who are like, nah, I don't want to do anything in my life. But those are the people who you will start distancing yourself from because you don't want to have to carry any dead weight. You want to be able to spread your wings next to others who are spreading their wings also. So sometimes you got to be the trendsetter in that and getting busy and getting, where you want to be in your life. But I'm telling you, just being present and being honest with yourself on, you know what, I'm not at a place where I want to be. But I know that if I start, because everyone has a starting point, if I start right now, then maybe in the next year I'll be a little closer. Maybe in the next 2 years I'll be there, Dude, I'm about to be 32 this year. I still don't have a degree. I have a friend, she just graduated with her master's. I still don't have my bachelor's. I don't even have my associates for real. And I'm 32 years old. But my accomplishments are in other areas. So I might not have my degree, but I have other things that I'm good at and other check marks that I've done. So I know that now it's time. I have to get busy because I can't continue just to go with the motions. I can't continue to make excuses for myself because I'm just being a bad example for those people around me. I have to actually start living to my own potential. And it doesn't matter how cute your Instagram pictures are, how many followers you have, how good your YouTube videos are. If you're not living up to your own potential, then what are you doing but wasting your time? So, with all that being said, hopefully, you know, it touched someone and get someone motivated to, you know, get up and actually start reaching their goals and doing what they want to do with their life, because life is going to pass you by. Time is not going to stop for anyone, so you might as well get busy and make it work for you. So thanks guys for watching. Please like and subscribe this video, and until next time, peace.